What is going on, guys? It is your boy, the Kryptik Tcg, back again, and today we're going to be doing a State of Kryptik video. So we're going to be going over different topics that have been of discussion in the community, such as gameplay, rarity issues, and pull rates, card stock of the cards for Wicked Prophecy, as well as the community in general. So, hope y'all like the video, like and subscribe for more, and let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the amount of noble rares. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 4 more overlords, I believe, for a total of 11 noble rares. For the highest rarity in a card game, that is usually it's reserved for 2, 3, maybe 4 cards, and for there to be so many noble rares that people really don't want sometimes, such as Buried at Sea. Why is this a noble? This could be a rare, this could be a common, this could be an uncommon. There's no reason for this to be a noble rare. We also have Tabula Rasa, beautiful card, I love the design. But there's just no reason for this to be a noble rare when things like Crawley or other overlords deserve these spots and deserve to be at the highest rarity in Kryptik. So I think that's the first issue, which leads me to my second point, is possibly creating a tier between noble rare and rare, such as ultra rare, or just coming up with a new name for it, because some of these cards just don't deserve to be nobles. And I think that having so many cards as noble rares kind of devalues the value of pulling a noble rare. When I'm opening a box, I don't get that same joy as I get when opening a different card game, pulling a highest rarity card. So that's my first issue with the rarity. Another solution I think that could help with this is alternate arts. People love Kryptik artwork, and having alternate arts of Crawley, or Zaya, or Makanui, it would just bring a lot of hype. I think 1 per case or 2 per case could really be a good chase card. Next, we're going to be going over the problem with cryptic text, I believe. So the cryptic text thing is weird because I really like the way it was done in Genesis. Cryptic text to me seemed like a card that if I pulled would be something that nobody else would have. Now it seems like they're being pulled left and right. There's 5 different colors of text, each meaning something different, and it's just too complicated. Especially with Kryptik coming to TCG Player now. People searching cards and seeing green cryptic text, yellow cryptic text, orange cryptic text. It's just too complicated, and there are too many variants of cards. For the future, I'd like to see 1 cryptic text type, make that extremely rare, and I think that'll bring a lot of attraction back into collecting. Next problem I see with the game, with Wicked Prophecy as a set, is there not being more than 2 rares in a pack. Only 1 guaranteed rare, as people talk about it all the time in the Discord. It is so hard to collect all the rares and noble rares because you're only getting 1 per pack. And there's so many, and it just creates a whole problem where opening a box or a case doesn't guarantee you to get every rare card, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. So I think going back to the Genesis system of 1 rare, a second rare, or noble, or a different rarity would be the best way to go. So that's all I have to discuss for rarities. Next, we're going to be discussing card stock. So the card stock issue is just so weird to me. So first of all, I didn't see anyone complaining about the Genesis card stock. So I just didn't feel that there was a need to change to the Wicked Prophecy card stock. I just think more testing should have been done, that a difference could be felt between the Wicked Prophecy and Genesis cardstock, and I just don't see the reason why the change was made in the first place. With that being said, I prefer the Wicked Prophecy cardstock. I would like the game to go forward with this cardstock. But then that invalidates all Genesis cards, all Kickstarter cards, and it's just created this very large gap in the Kryptik community with people being disappointed and let down by their cards not being able to be played in tournament, or yeah, it's a big issue that didn't need to be an issue, and it's something that Kryptik should have taken into account when creating this set. And with that being said, I do think people are overreacting. These cards are playable at local tournaments, they're just not playable at the highest level of play, which is probably less than 1% of the community in general. So at the highest level of play, if you don't know, if you come with your Wicked Prophecy cards, they give you proxies of the cards that you already have. So that's it. I mean, there's probably 3, 4, 5 official tournaments a year. And I don't think their solution that they've come up with is bad, and it's actually pretty good. But going forward, just going back to the Genesis cardstock, I think is the best option. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the card quality of Wicked Prophecy. So I pulled this Crawley serialized 77 out of 100 in my first box. And I haven't been that excited for a pull in a long time. And it turns out it's damaged. At the bottom here, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but it's creased, it's kind of cut, it's kind of crinkled. And there's those kind of problems with a lot of the cards I have, and I don't know how this problem wasn't caught in quality control, because this should have been, it's very obvious if you open a box. Some cards have little dots on them, little white dots, they're miscut. They're damaged on the sides, and it's just very obvious to tell. So I don't know how this mistake was even possible, because I mean, every pack I've opened has kind of had the same issue, and that's what I'm really disappointed in, and I think that's what people should be disappointed in, rather than going crazy about the cardstock. That's the real issue I have with this set. So next I'm going to be talking about gameplay. And gameplay for me is the most important. I'm a player at heart. I love playing, love going to local game stores and having a good time. And with Wicked Prophecy, I have had an amazing time. Just having so many different options, so many different possible strategies. It just made the game extremely fun. I think if you're trying to stick to one deck, or you're saying things are overpowered, you just haven't tried enough things. If you disagree with me, please tell me what you think is overpowered, and maybe I'll agree with you. But most of the time, I think these cards are very well balanced and could be countered in a variety of different ways. So I've just had an amazing time deck building, putting a bunch of different factions together, a bunch of different strategies. Someone in the Discord today was talking about a Beast Walk deck for Overlords, and that thought just never occurred to me, but it is so cool and so unique, and the amount of different combinations of decks you can make are pretty much limitless, especially with splashing colors being so easy in this game. It's just impossible to run out of different ideas for decks and different strategies. I played a couple sealed events as well. Sealed was amazing. The only format I haven't played is draft, which I'd love to do. I'm sure it'd work well. But yeah, sealed and constructed, I've had an amazing time, and I think Wicked Prophecy has really brought Kryptik's gameplay to another level. Lastly here, I just want to talk about the community as a whole. And in person, I've had some of the best interactions with people ever before. I recently moved to Las Vegas, and as soon as I got here, I met up with the dudes from the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. They were so nice and so welcoming. They got me pizza, they got me hooked up with some packs, and we had a nice sealed event. And they were just amazing guys. And everyone I've met that's played Kryptik has kind of been that way. And it's just a community. It's just people trying to grow the game, having more people to play with, and it's amazing, honestly. So I guess that's my state of Kryptik. I think the game is in a very interesting spot. It's possible that the next set could be everything. If another trip up happens like it did in Wicked Prophecy, I think we could see a huge drop off in player trust in the developers. We could see a huge drop off in collecting, and I think the next set has to be huge. It has to be what Wicked Prophecy was promised to be. When this set was getting leaked and spoiled, it was Kryptik's coming out party. And I think for the gameplay perspective, it really has been, but for everything else, it just had these tiny mistakes that are really turning people off from the game. So going forward, please make set 3 amazing, make it flawless, make it as good as it can possibly be, because this game is amazing and I'd love to keep playing it for years and years to come. So with that, that's gonna be my video on the state of Kryptik. We're at a very interesting point, and I'm excited to see where we go and how Tanner and the team handle going forward with set 3 and the new Wicked Prophecy release and the tournaments. But I'm hopeful, and I think that this game will turn out to be something special. So thank you. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you disagree with me. If you agree with me, I'd love to have a discussion. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good day.